Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, when he said concerning the Jamaat al-Jihad, he said that you shouldn't cooperate with them, nor should you give them salam. That this is making hijrah from those people. And here we have the scholars showing us this. And lastly, but not leastly, is that these people are always using certain terms like masail ad-dawah, or the means of giving dawah. They'll say concerning these ways of giving dawah, the methodology of giving dawah, they'll say, is it tawqifi or is it from the ijtihad? Meaning the ways that we want to give dawah. Is it something that we only can do this thing if we find the text from the Quran and the Sunnah or the ijma' of the ulama? If we find the text, we'll do it. If we find the text, you can't do it, that means tawqifi. Or is it ijtihadi, that we can try to make our ijtihad to say, well, we can use this as a methodology in giving dawah, or we can use this as a methodology of giving dawah. The Shaykh said, first of all, when people bring this type of statement, what you have to do first, what he would do is he would say, first of all, you explain to me, what do you understand as wasila? What is the meaning of wasila to you? What do you understand it to be? The methodology, what do you explain, what do you understand the methodology is? What's your concept of it? The Shaykh said, for an example, one of the methodologies in giving dawah is using this microphone. This is a methodology. He said, using this microphone, it can be on the sunnah at one time and against the sunnah at another time. It can be supported by the sunnah at one time, and at another time, it can be against the sunnah. He said, for an example, the Prophet ﷺ, he ordered Bilal ibn Rabah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu to go on top of the masjid and to call out with a loud voice the people to come to salat, to make the adhan with a loud voice, to do it with a loud voice.
So we can't use this one.
So therefore, because of the loud voice, why the Prophet told him to get up there, we understand this will give the same result. Loud voice, bring the people to the masjid for the adhan. Because the Prophet told Bilal to go on the masjid to make the adhan. Now when it's time to make the iqamah, and Bilal or whoever comes down to the masjid, now to use this is not from the sunnah, it's against the sunnah. Because Bilal came from down off the masjid and he's made the iqamah, the iqamah inside of the masjid. So when you're going to give the adhan, you can use it, it's from the sunnah. When you're going to, it's proof from the sunnah. When you're going to give the iqamah, it should not be used. So at one time, this wasila or this methodology can be for the sunnah, and at another time against the sunnah. The Shaykh went on to say, Ikhwan, so with this being the case, all of the new things that have been invented and created, we have to look at it in that light. So therefore, when he says to this person who's using this term, masail ad-da'wiyah or wasail ad-da'wiyah, the wasila, and he asks him, what's your understanding of it? Give me the ta'rif, the meaning of it. He said, when he gives you that meaning, some conditions have to be fulfilled. And those are the conditions of the ta'rif. Whenever you want to give something a meaning, to give it the correct meaning, some conditions have to be fulfilled in giving the meaning. The first condition is that it has to be jami'. That you give the meaning and it is describing it and talking about it, all the whole thing. Give is going to prevent anything from coming in, finding a small hole to come in. It's going to be jami' and mani', prevent everything. And lastly is that it has to be free of being a thing that sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. It has to be consistent. It's not something that once it's like this and another time it's like that. It has to be consistent. So these are the things, Ikhwan, these 5 things that the Shaykh mentioned that we have to be careful of. Briefly, the opinion, all of the jama'at are good. This is not the case. Number 2, if you mention the bad thing, you should also mention the good thing. That's not true, because we will have to mention the good thing about shaitan. Also, the statement al-fikr al-Islami, the Islamic, the fikr al-Salafi, the Salafi thought or idea is not good because al-fikr is from the aql and the Salafi is the deen. And fourthly, hijr from the mubtadi is from the Quran, it's from the Sunnah. And lastly, the wasa'il or the masail of the da'wah. And also the Shaykh has explained that, and he ended asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish all of us firmly upon this way.
محمد من؟ سرور عفوا ما سمعت.
Our brother here, he said, and we are going to say now, as the organizers, we're not going to let this get out of hand. We're going to respect the brother's statement because he said it without going crazy. And we're going to explain what he said, and so the Shaykh can explain. But we're not going to let this get out of hand as it always does. He said, the Shaykh has made the ulama, he described the ulama, mubtadi'een. And he went to say from those ulama, Sayyid Qutb, Hasan al-Turabi, Muhammad Surooree. He said that the Shaykh said that these three ulama were mubtadi'un. And then the Shaykh went to talk favorably about Ibn Baz and Ibn Tameemee and the other people over there. And those people gave the fatwa that you can make the agreement with the Yahud. And those people gave the fatwa that you can allow those people, the army of America, them to come into Saudi Arabia and on into the Khalij. And he went on to specifically say about the king there that he wore a cross. So what do you have to say concerning this?
بسم الله. لابد من أخذ الدين من العلم الشرعي مو من العاطفة. العاطفة لم يعترف بها محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وسأظهر لك دعواي هذه. صلح الحديبية كان بين من؟ كان بين محمد وكفار قريش. من هم كفار قريش؟ الذين قتلوا المسلمين ووضعوا الرماح في فرج الصحابيات. لذلك كان النبي يقول صبرا صبرا آل ياسر إن موعدكم الجنة. كان النبي في حال الضعف ما يسمع شيء. النبي يرى الصحابيات ويرى أصحاب النبي في أذى وقتل، ما يسمع شيء. محمد ما يسمع شيء، يقول صبرا آل ياسر إن موعدكم الجنة، وهم يعذبن ويقتلن. كفار قريش كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم له دولة في المدينة، وكفار قريش لهم دولة في مكة. أراد محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم عمل صلح. مضمون هذا الصلح you translate to here. I don't want to make ما أبي أقطع الناس، خلى يفهمون هذا. أحسن يكونون على.
The Shaykh responded to this question by saying, first, Ikhwan, we have to take this deen from the knowledge of the deen, ilm al-shar'i. We have to understand and take the deen from the knowledge of the religion and not from our emotions, al-atifah. We can't take it from our emotions. He said because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has not given the emotions recognition as it relates to taking and understanding the deen. He said, and I'm going to prove to you what I'm saying, that the deen should be taken from the knowledge and not from the emotions. And that is what happened in the